Hello everybody, my name is Vinny, and welcome back to the second part of my vinyl collection.
No! 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 No!
Starting it off, Led Zeppelin with their self-titled album. This is probably my favorite Led Zeppelin album. Good Times, Bad Times. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. Such a fucking good song. Babe, I'm gonna leave you in the summertime. Then we got Led Zeppelin 2. They followed up with yet another kick-ass fucking record. Whole lot of love to start off the fucking thing. What? Also, this one's pressed a little nice white vinyl. Next, we got Led Zeppelin 3. If you're a fan of School of Rock, you'll recognize one of the songs, the Immigrant Song on here. This album is just as good as the last one, just like Led Zeppelin themselves. They don't really fail. A bad Led Zeppelin album is like a 7 or 8 out of 10 anyway. But this one's pressed on a nice lime green vinyl. Look at that. Woo. And then my last of my Led Zeppelin albums so far, we got Led Zeppelin 4 with an untitled album, but it's Led Zeppelin 4. Beautiful fucking artwork in the middle. Oh, it's upside down. Beautiful fucking artwork there. Fucking gorgeous. Next, we finally did it. We got my favorite on vinyl. Oh yes, my queen. It's Madeleine Peyroux with Careless Love. Oh my fucking god. I would say I would recommend all of this to you, but if you don't like it, I will probably have to come to your house and slap you across the face, because she is gorgeous and so is her voice. Moving on from that, we've got Madonna, Like a Virgin. Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry Be Happy. But Mike wants to sing it, not for not, don't worry, be happy, don't worry, be happy now. Woo! Oh, and since he passed away recently, I had to go out and obviously get myself some fucking Meatloaf, listen to the album. It's fucking fantastic. I already heard it before, but battle hell, holy shit, go listen to it. Meatloaf's fucking awesome. Actually managed to pick up 2 Meatloaf albums. Moving back into the heavier hitting, we got my favorite Metallica album, Ride the Lightning. This album kicks fucking ass, from Who the Bell Tolls, and my favorite Metallica song, Creeping Death. Oh yeah. Now moving on to a band that my brother got me into, because when I was younger he noticed I was listening to a lot of metal, so he told me to listen to this. It's kind of like your run-of-the-mill, very generic, but like still kick-ass metal. And we got the Michael Shiner group, Assault and Attack, which is the song I first heard because it isn't in the game Brutal Legend. But yeah, it's a very good common denominator of metal bands. I think this band is very underrated, but still really good. Moving back into glam metal with my favorite one, Motley Crue. The first album, Too Fast for Love. Probably still my favorite Motley Crue album. I fucking love this album. Motley Crue's fucking ace. After watching The Dirt, like, I found even more love for Motley Crue than I already had. But holy shit, they're so good. And then we got Shout at the Devil, which is, it's just such a good fucking album. Let's just not talk about what Vince Neil sounds like now, though. Moving on from that, we got Motorhead. This is On Patrol. We got Motorhead Bomber, of course. Can't have Motorhead without Ace of Spades. But my personal favorite, Another Perfect Day. This album fucking kicks ass. Marching Off the War is such a good song. Moving in a slightly different direction, we got Mumford & Sons, Sigh No More. Listened to this album a long time ago. I recently purchased it on vinyl and then put it on to remind myself how good it was, and I was reminded indeed. It's very fucking good. The Cave and Little Lion Man, them songs stand alone. Now, here's an interesting one. Now, this is a band that I never really got into when I was in school. Now, the band we're talking about is Nirvana. When I was in school, everyone spoke about Kurt Cobain as being some sort of depressed icon for, like, the underworld of music. But I never really understood what half of his lyrics were about. So once I got into listening to a couple of documentaries, a couple of podcasts, and a couple of interviews by Kurt Cobain himself, I realized that Kurt Cobain was more than just this depressed guy that made some music and then went on to do what he did. You know, how it was portrayed to me by everyone who was in school around me, even the fans of Kurt Cobain. When I was in school, all they would talk about is his suicide rather than his music. And then once I actually gathered that and I just took that away and just listened to the music itself, you know what? I'm going to hold my hands up. I was wrong. Nirvana are really fucking good. Okay, guys, you heard me? I like Nirvana now. So I went out and bought their first album, Bleach. And of course, we've got Nevermind. This album is also fucking fantastic. But to be honest, if I had to pick a favorite song, it will be the last one, Something in the Way. And yes, it's because of the Batman trailer. I'm sorry. But to be honest, I'm gonna have to say it. I used to fucking hate this album with a fucking passion. I used to hate a lot of the songs on here. I thought it was trash. I thought it was one of the worst albums I've ever heard. But now, it happens to be one of my favorite albums right now. And one of my favorites, if not the best album, by Nirvana themselves. Holy shit, In Utero is so good. I can't stop listening to it. Just from start to finish, I have to listen to it in order. It's so fucking good. And, not only that, it's pressed on yellow. Ooh. Is it a bootleg? I don't know. But it doesn't really matter because I don't give a shit. Moving on from Nirvana, we now got What's the Story Morning Glory by Oasis. Do you hear that? What is that? Oh yes, I told you he'd be back. It's Ozzy Osbourne. Oh yes. Oh my god, Blizzard of Oz, such a good fucking album. Oh, he can't possibly have any more good albums. Oh wait, it's Diary of a Madman. The next one, he just left Black Sabbath. And all of a sudden, he's back making fucking banger after banger. Oh, he can't keep continuing that, can he? Oh, wait, we got Bark at the Moon. Holy shit, this album fucking rules. Oh my god, he can't do that. How could he top his first 3 albums? Oh, wait, he tops it by making the best album he ever made. The Ultimate Sin. Don't at me. This is his best one by fucking far. Oh my god, but surely, after making his best one, he can't top that. And you'd be right, he didn't top Ultimate Sin, but No Rest for the Wicked is still a really good album. But, you know, you're probably just going to fall off from there. Psych! No, he didn't. We got Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears, on a double LP with a nice centerfold in the middle. I'm going to show you. Oh, it's so fucking good. Look how creepy he is. Fuck, I love this guy. And then we got his most recent album, Ordinary Man, which a lot of people shat on. I think it's fucking phenomenal, but that's maybe because I'm a little bit of a fanboy. Oh, and I forgot, I got this one I just picked up recently. This came out last year, Ozzy Osbourne and Motorhead with Hellraiser, because Lemmy actually wrote the song and then also performed it, and then later on Lemmy had recorded his own version with Motorhead, and then obviously for his passing, I think Ozzy Osbourne released this on a single. So yeah, pretty fucking cool. Looks like a nice picture. I might put it up on my background actually. Before we continue, I'm just gonna show you this one, but I gotta cover up a little bit. I gotta do this a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly what you think it is. Next, we've got Pantera. Now, if you're wondering why my hand's in the way, it's because the picture on this is very grotesque. If you want to look at it, go look it up yourself, because I don't want to get this video taken down or demonetized. But it would definitely get taken down and demonetized. It's kind of disgusting. But yeah, Pantera, my favorite guitar player on all time. Dimebag Darrell. This album just proves how much of a fucking heavy metal badass he is. This one also has a cool centerfold. This is the original album cover here. I don't know why they didn't just stick with this and change it to the other one. But yeah, really good fucking album. We got one that I got for Christmas recently. We got Pearl Jam with 10. Now moving on to the greatest singer of all time, in my opinion, we got Edith Piaf. I spoke about this one before. This is my favorite album, my own. Written on this beautiful white album. And, oh, just holy shit. Just go listen to Non Geneva Rayon. Holy shit, it's so fucking good. Another Edith Piaf record that I picked up recently, just Edith Piaf. But the interesting thing about this, side A is full of her most iconic songs, but in English. And then side B is some of her French music, which I have not heard before. Which was just an interesting buy. Interesting find. Especially for $3.99 as well. Jesus Christ. Moving on to some more jazz. Sometimes you don't need to know the artist. You don't need to know if it's an amazing album. Just the piece of artwork just kind of catches your eye. And this is one I'm really happy I found. Got it for £8 as you can see. Courtney Pine, Destiny's Song, and the Image of Pursuance. I don't know what that means, but it's a fucking badass jazz record. I'll tell you that much. It's awesome. Moving on, we have Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Next, we got Placebo with Meds printed on this gorgeous pink vinyl. So good. I'm a big fan of Placebo. I was never a huge fan of them until I seen them in Edinburgh at the Usher Hall in like 2018 or something like that. And holy shit, no, I was blown away by their live performance. And then after that, I listened to their music, and yeah, I was really happy. And I think this album in itself is probably one of their better ones. Really fucking good. So I was happy to find this. Next, we got Poison with Open Up and Say Ah, a little bit more glam metal. You know, it's Poison. It's got the song Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Moving on from that, something that should be everyone's cup of tea. It's Prince. Prince and the Revolution. We got Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Moving on from that, we got some Queen. A Night at the Opera. I don't actually have a lot of Queen, and I don't really know why, but I had to pick this one up the other day when I saw it. Because obviously, this is the album with Bohemian fucking Rhapsody. And then following that, we got Queen, A Day at the Races, another good one. It's got Somebody to Love, Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. Fucking love this album, it's really good. And then we got Queen, The Works, which I think is an underrated Queen album. Especially when you listen to the fact it's got Radio Gaga and I Wanna Break Free on it. Come on. Now, going back even further, if I was to say to put one person up with Elvis Presley in the terms of like rock and roll kings, I would say Little Richard is the only one I'd put up there. Because good golly, Miss Molly, is this guy fucking awesome. You know, he was a gay black dude growing up in the fucking 40s and 50s. Holy shit, this guy is badass as fuck. And not only that, he's a fucking tremendous singer. And even with the way he's singing, you can see where heavy metal screaming comes from for things like this. Oh my god, this is greatest hits album. Just, if you haven't heard Little Richard, go ahead and listen to him. Holy shit. Next, we got Saxon with The Wheels of Steel. This album was a fucking steal. I got it for like $3.99, and I'm really happy with it because it's actually a really good fucking album. And moving on from that, of course, we got Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I love vinyl, but this album sounds a hell of a lot better on streaming services. For some reason, the copy that I own sounds like absolute fucking ass. I don't know why, but it does. But if you want to listen to punk, again, not everyone's cup of tea, but I thoroughly enjoyed the album. Now, I'm going to recommend this next album is listened to by fucking everyone, because I bought this album for one song, and ever since I've listened to it, holy shit, have I non-stop listened to this guy. His name is fucking Paul Simon. You might know him from Simon and Garfunkel. This is Graceland. This album is fucking phenomenal. Okay, I bought it for the song You Can Call Me Al, but I'm not going to say much about it. Just go ahead and listen to it because you're not going to expect what you're about to hear, but holy shit, is it fucking good. And it's such a beautiful piece of artwork as well. Even the back as well, got a nice picture of him. Oh, this album though. Oh. Next, we got Skid Row. Now, this is a band that I've been listening to for a long, long time, but my favorite album of theirs has never changed. It's definitely this one. You know, I think 18 in Life is one of the best songs of all time, and it has the best, like, opening line of all time, you know. Ricky was a young boy, he had a heart of stone. Got something from my goth guys out there. We got The Sisters of Mercy. This is an EP or a single I had of theirs. Go listen to the song Corrosion, because I bought this thinking it was going to be kind of heavy, because they look really badass, but holy shit, it's funky as fuck. Go listen to it. Next, we got the Brucey Springysteens with Born in the USA. Look at that ass! Next, another album I haven't got around to listening to yet. The Stone Roses. I thought it was only fair, since I bought Oasis, that I had to go out and buy the Stone Roses as well. So I'm going to have a listen to this and compare the two Manchester bands. But this one already is winning because I'm a Man United fan. Talking Heads 77, with probably the fucking worst album cover I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, this thing is disgusting. But a really good fucking album, especially the song Psycho Killer. Go listen to it. Next, we got Tears for Fears, Song from the Big Chair. It's got Shout on it, and Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Will I listen to it again? Next, we got The Boys Are Back in Town with Thin Lizzy. I bought this for the song The Boys Are Back in Town, mainly for the movie Detroit Rock City. But this album fucking kicks ass. I already knew that because Thin Lizzy fucking rock. They're awesome. Next, we got Van Halen, self-titled. Of course, can't argue with that. It's got Running with the Devil on it. It's got Eruption on it. It's got Jamie's Cryings on it. It's so fucking good. And of course, we got Van Halen 1984. This album's just as good as well. It's got Jump, Hot for Teacher, Van Halen fucking rule. Another interesting album, we got the Velvet Underground and Nico. You can peel the banana and it reveals a pink banana underneath. That is a kind of cool concept for an album. The album artwork was done by Andy Warhol. It's got a nice cool centerfold thing going on over here. Tells you a lot about this album. Now, I bought this album after listening to the song Sunday Morning, thinking I was going to listen to like a nice soft pop rock-ish album. This album was nothing that I could have ever expected. This album made me feel weird, and when I say that, I mean it. So if you go listen to this with a nice pair of headphones, go tell me down below what you thought of it, because it made me feel kind of ill, but like in a good way, because I don't know what it did, but it was really creepy. It was great. Next, who's next? Oh yeah, it's The Who. With Who's Next? Not actually got around to listening to this album yet. I've actually got to admit I've not really listened to that much of The Who, but from what I have listened to of The Who, I have thoroughly enjoyed, so I don't know why I haven't given them a go yet. But of course this has Baba O'Reilly on it, so I'm looking forward to hearing that. And last but not least, we've got Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You. Now, besides the fact that song is fucking amazing, the other reason why I love to buy this record is particularly because on here there's a message, and if you can read it, it says, "To Mum and Dad with love, GX, October 1984. And that just epitomizes what vinyl is all about. It's history. And this record itself has been traveling around all this time to eventually land in my hands. And I think that's just what life is. You know, things just keep moving forward. But at one point in someone's life, they gave it to their mum and dad, and for whatever reason they have, and I'll pass it down to my kids, and then my kids' kids will pass it down to their kids, unless they're in debt, then they'll probably sell it, but that would be very horrible. Yeah, no, I just thought it was a nice touch. It's just like, obviously I love this song anyway, but you know, just have a little nice song there. It's like a nice little message. I might not know these people, but I'm sure they're out there having a great time. And that is it, guys. That is my vinyl collection. Do you agree with some of my picks, or do you think that I have wasted some of my money on buying some of these albums? Do you love them? Do you hate them? What songs do you particularly love? Is there any that you're interested in listening to? Is there any that you want me to buy so I can go ahead and review it for you? I don't know. Just leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. My name has been Vinny Bubba.